Yeah, thank you, Shi. Yeah. All right. So thank you for the response. All right. So today, this is the day for the seminar. So what exactly we are going to conduct about the seminar? So all these things like we can see in depth and again in details about. And again, this session will continues like nearly 1 to 1.5 hour. I mean like 1 hour 30 minutes. Great. With theoretical and again with practical, with the real-time scenarios. And again, after taking these three tools, how can we implement in real-time scenarios? All these things like we can check in details and again in-depth points of all these points. All right. So yes. So quickly, I will share my screen. So still anyone need to join or can I continue this? Anyone here? All right. So then again, I'll be going to share my screen. Is it my screen is visible, right? Yes,
No, sir.
everyone.
No.
Now,
No, sir.
all right. I think now, right?
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
All right, all right. Thank you for this response. Yes, I think everyone can see this like Microsoft Word, right? Okay, the first thing like everyone, welcome to Durga Software Solutions. So today we are going to see that like what is the DevOps and again DevSecOps and also related to ML apps. What is the ML apps also and again data apps and again fin apps and again AI apps and again what is the concept of how we can integrate the data apps, nothing but like data engineering and again data analyst. All these things like we can understand like high level points on this. Yeah. So basically the agenda is like these are the main points, like introduction about like me and like introduction of DevOps and again DevSecOps and again introduction of CI tools and the benefits and again introduction
Sir,
of
we can't see no Notepad, sir. We can see right now we are seeing Notepad.
Notepad.
Yeah, we are seeing Notepad.
1 second, and then again I'll share 1 second. 1 second. Please stop sharing. All right, 1 second. You guys can see now Microsoft Word, MS Word. Now?
Yes, sir. We can see. We can see now. We can see now. Yes.
Yes.
Great, great. So thank you for the quick response. Yes. Yes. So, all right. So quickly, like everyone, like welcome to Durga Software Solutions again one more time. Yes. So quickly, like we are having like this many like agenda points. So as we are aware that like we are going to learn about Jenkins and again Docker and again Kubernetes. These are the three popular tools in the market. And again, wherever we go, even though like any onsets or it's like offsite, so that these are the very tools, three tools are very important in depth and again in real-time scenarios and again how exactly it is helpful to the industry. All right. So introduction about me quickly and again introduction of DevOps and again DevSecOps and again introduction of CI tools and again benefits, and again introduction of Jenkins and again its features, introduction of container and again virtualization, and again introduction of Docker and again its users, introduction of container orchestration tool and again its benefits, introduction of Kubernetes. So these are the main points we are going to discuss about this. Quickly, I will take this first point, introduction about me. Yes, I am Vishwanath. I am having like overall 12 years of experience on this IT domain industry. And again, meanwhile, I'm working with like multiple technologies. And again, in the 12 years of experience in the IT domain, I started my career with completely like system engineer, like Windows, Linux, and again network engineer. And again, after that, like completely Python full stack, like as a web developer, like front end and again back end. And again, after that, like my favorite, like I'm working in the current MNC company as a cyber security SecOps engineer. And again, so all the three clouds, completely cloud security tools also I used to work. And again, the completely data engineering and again data analyst. This is what like my technologies where I worked in my previous organizations. And again, also training have like nearly 8 years of experience in the training domain. So meanwhile, I used to train like a lot of technologies. So in that, like DevOps and DevSecOps also one of the part. And again, I'm mainly focusing on the ML apps, data apps. That is the next emerging technologies. What is basically DevOps and DevSecOps and ML apps? Quickly, we can have an introduction about all these things points. So this is about me. All right. Now DevOps and DevSecOps. So what is this? What exactly? And again, what is the correlation between DevOps? So meanwhile, I'll be like quickly writing about ML apps, AI apps. I think everyone listen about this AI apps and again data apps and again fin apps, right? I think these are the main thing we should know about all these things. At least if you're not aware of all these things, just we can have a high level points to understand what all these things. What is the DevOps, DevSecOps, ML apps, AI apps, data apps, fin apps. DevOps is, and again, DevSecOps is nothing but here it's a completely application automation. What kind of applications? Either web application, either desktop applications, either mobile applications, either any kind of process application, either any kind of service applications, which is written in the OOPS concept code. And again, we will compile that, and again, we will be deploying into the any web server or web application service. That is called as a DevSecOps. Right? Then again, what is the ML apps, AI apps? These two are very important nowadays. So ML apps and again AI apps is nothing but like completely algorithms automations. What kind of algorithms? Supervised learning and again unsupervised learning and again reinforcement learning. It is completely machine learning. Whatever the developers has been written the algorithms has been developed. Take that algorithm, train to the system, and again deploy into the automation. The same tools we can use. Whatever the DevSecOps tools we are using, the same tools. And again, AI apps also nothing but it's the algorithms. And again, data apps. Nowadays, the emerging more than a DevSecOps or DevOps, the emerging technology is data apps. What is the data apps? Collect the data from either Excel sheet, either any kind of normal JSON sheet. So collect the data and again deploy into the automation. That is called a data apps. It is nothing but completely data scientist and again data analyst and again data engineering candidates. Whatever they will do development, they will be conducting to the data apps and again we will do the automation. And again, what is the FinApps? This is a topmost again. So FinApps is nothing but like finance operations. What is the finance operations? We have like multiple clouds. Everyone knows about like AWS, GCP, and again Google Cloud, right? So basically, we are talking about like only the low level, like so high level is nothing but like public cloud and again private cloud and again the hybrid clouds. In the public cloud, like we have a lot of clouds, including Alibaba Cloud, including Rackspace Cloud, and again also AWS, Azure, GCP, Oracle Cloud, SAP Cloud, IBM Cloud. All these clouds, we should make the cost optimizations. That is the emerging. So how to reduce the cost? To do this automation is called as a FinApps. So for that, what are the tools we are going to use? Let me have a quick round of this information. I think everyone, we are in the same page, right? Please let me know that if I am fast, I'll make you to understand like in the slow method. Are we good to understand up to here? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Are we good to understand everyone here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
we'll be having like completely, what is it like? Right now we are taking the online, either offline. End of the day, we should get a very good knowledge. We should have a good interactions. Then only we can able to understand, yes, it is a good time that we have joined this Durga Software Solutions or else like any kind of institute. Just we should gain the knowledge. That is very important point. All right. So, and again, DevOps phases. So I will talk about all these ML apps, AI apps, data apps, FinApps points later point. Let me talk about like DevOps and again DevSecOps. Basically, we are having only 3 tools. Why we should know about all these things? Basically, to understand why Jenkins, why Kubernetes, and again why Docker. To understand those 3 tools, we should understand these methods. First, DevOps is what are the DevOps phases? Continuous gathering, continuous planning, and again continuous development, continuous testing, continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous deployment, continuous security, continuous notification, continuous monitoring, and again continuous documentations, continuous logging. So to do this, all these phases, we have a lot of tools. So that's why like the most important, what Jenkins will do. Jenkins will do these 3 things: continuous integration, continuous deployment, and again continuous delivery. These are the 3 implementation which is done by Jenkins. So that's why we are taking these points. Only the 3 tools we are focusing, especially Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes. Why Jenkins? Yes, in the point like we are talking about, before knowing this concept, just we should understand that in the global wise, how many applications we are going to develop. So quickly, I will give that points also. What kind of applications we are going to develop? All right. I think everyone can you view this application, right? MS Word, web application, desktop application, mobile applications, all this. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Overall, what kind of application in the global level when develop a software industry? Suppose take an example. If we talk about like Infosys or Walmart or Amazon or any kind of Cisco, all the MNC companies, right? What they will do? They will do only the web application development, desktop application development, mobile application development, and again process application development, and again service application development, right? So what kind of web application it is? Let me have a quick, what kind of web application examples? Banking applications, e-commerce application, retail applications, healthcare applications, static web application, dynamic web applications, media application, and again, any kind of stream applications, and again, any kind of normal web applications, right? So this is under the web applications, we have a lot of subtypes of web applications. So to do this development of a web applications, they do have a different OOPS languages, either Java, either C#, either Node.js, either Python, either React.js, either AngularJS, any kind of applications. These kind of web applications, how they develop. So with the help of 2 and again 3-tier web application developments, front end, back end, and again server side. So with the help of this 3-level architecture, they will design and again they will do the development. The development languages might be C, C++, those are embedded languages. And again Java, C#, .NET, PHP, Go language, Node.js, AngularJS, they will be using the development languages. And again the full stack, completely front-end language, back-end language, and again the database. The database can be either they can use RDBMS. Under RDBMS, we have a 2 types. One is SQL and again no SQL. What is the RDBMS? Relational Database Management System. Under that, we have a 2 types. One is SQL, Structured Query Language, and again not only SQL, I will do more than that. SQL is nothing but Excel sheet. No SQL is nothing but MS Word. In the MS Word, we can do a lot of implementations. So that's why like in the SQL, MySQL, MS SQL, PostgreSQL. So all these developers, they will do development, and again, they'll be after developing the application, either 2-tier web application or 3-tier web applications, they will be pushing into the DevOps automations. To do this, to understand this CI automation, we'll be developing their code. After developing that code, what we will do? That's the main point. So the raw source code, I cannot able to deploy into the web servers or web application servers, right? Suppose take an example to understand this point. After developing our mobile applications, right? Mobile code. Suppose everyone is having Android phones and again Apple phones. So what languages they will be using for developing Android applications? Kotlin or JavaScript or Java. After developing that code, what is the target point? Mobile, right? Target point is a mobile. So that's why we should develop an application. And again, how we are going to deploy that application? We will be uploading it to the Google Play Store. In the suppose take an example, Dream 11, I want to download into the mobile. How to download? And again, how to push to the that Dream 11 application .apk? How can we push into the Google Play Store? So after developing that code, doing the CI/CD automation to deploy into the Google Play Store, that is called as a mobile application deployment CI/CD part. And again, after uploading the APK, we can download and again we can use according to our usages. Example of Dream 11. So that's why like same thing. DevOps is completely focused on web applications. DevOps is completely focused on web application and mobile applications. That is a very important point we should understand here. Yes, let me have a quick. What is the continuous integration, continuous deployment, and again continuous delivery? To achieve this, we are going to use the Jenkins tool. So what is the Jenkins here? Jenkins is nothing but it is a Java-based open source build tool. Open source build tool. I mean, what kind of build tool it is? Suppose to understand the Jenkins, first we should understand what is the continuous integration. Continuous integration, take an example, multiple developers, they will be developing their code and again they will be pushing their code into the source code management tool. And again, after pushing that code into the source code management tool, we will take that code and again we will do the static analysis depending upon the code coverages. And again, after that, like we will build the package and again we will do the deployment. That is called as a continuous integration. Those steps are manually we will be achieved. But to do this automation, we will be implementing the Jenkins. Quickly, I will draw the diagram about this. Right. It's visible MS Paint, right, everyone? Yeah. So this is Jenkins. And again, this is source code management tool. This is code scanning. And again, code build and code artifactory. Then again, after that, any three clouds here. This is a container tool. And again, okay, you can see this. And again, these are the environments. 1, 2, 3, and again the fourth environment. And again, this is monolithic wise. And again, the Kubernetes wise. 1, 2, 3. All right. So quickly, I'll draw this. This is here we can take version control systems. Here we can take code scanning. And again, here we can take code build tools. And again, here we can take binary artifact tool. All right. Then again, here we can take cloud tools, anything like AWS, Azure, GCP. And again, here we can take infrastructure as a port with the Terraform or Ansible, anything. And again, here we can take the environments. Just like I mentioned here, environments. And again, here we can take dev environment, testing, UAT, or and again, here we can take container tool, container orchestration tool. All right. In this container orchestration tool, again, we have a one more dev cluster, and so I can take dev cluster, testing cluster, we call this one generally. You guys are working already in the DevOps or DevSecOps? Everyone are working or still like it is a new to these three?
Yeah, I was working as a DevOps engineer, but I got laid off recently, so I'm trying to improve my skill.
Okay, great. And again, the Jenkins, I think everyone, thank you for this, your replement. And again, everyone.
Yes, I have a knowledge on Jenkins also and GitLab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, GitLab also you have experience. Great. Then again, GitLab actions, Bitbucket pipelines. All right. So anyone apart from this?
I mean, I'm new to DevOps, sir. I'm learning right now.
All right. So great point. Anyway, so I'm giving the overview of completely what is DevOps here. And again, why Jenkins is important. Because basically, we are only concentrating this, especially in this seminar session, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes. Why Jenkins? To understand this point, I'm giving the overview. So basically, all these are DevOps tools. Just I'm taking the only one part here that is about like Jenkins. In the Jenkins CI part, what is the CI part? Continuous integration. Say whenever the multiple developers, like take an example, any developers, after developing their code, they'll be pushed into the version control system. We have a lot of version control system tools. What are the lot of version control systems we have? Either Git, GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab, and also like Azure repository, and again code commit in the AWS, and also like completely any kind of SVN, MySQL, Perforce, clear case. So these are the multiple source code management tools, also called as a version control system, also called as a tracking tools. After developing their code, they will be pushed into the version control system. From that, we will do code scanning. What is the code scanning here? Code scanning is a tool we will be going to use SonarQube. So especially before taking this point quickly, I'll be giving the lot of tools here to understand this. Okay, take an example. Like example, in the SCM tool, we are having, like example, Git, GitHub, GitLab, Azure Repo, Code Commit, SVN, MySQL, Perforce, ClearCase, and Git Bitbucket, lot of. And again, the code scanning, it will do the static analysis, security testing. I mean, what kind of static analysis it will do? Code vulnerabilities it will find, and again, the code duplications it will be finding. And again, we can also add the lot of conditions. Either if the code is reaching to the maximum 40% of a code coverages result, then again, we can pass this OOPS language code, then again we can build. And again, code build. If it is a Java language, we can going to use Maven or Gradle and. If it is a unit testing code for Java, JUnit. And again, also for C#, we can Python for PyBuild. For Go languages, Go build, all this. And again, meanwhile, like it is if it is a mobile applications, Kotlin, we can also use the Android Studio, right? And also like binary artifact tools. So Nexus or JFrog, continuous integration tool Jenkins, and again provisioning tool Terraform we can use, configuration tool Ansible, container tool Docker, and again Kubernetes. So and again application security tools. Thus, this tool is very important. Dynamic analysis, security testing analysis, and again one of the cloud tool AWS, and again monitoring tools Prometheus, Grafana, and again container application. But servers we can use Zabbix or Navios, and again logging tools we can use Splunk. All right. So, and again, meanwhile, pipeline code, Ruby code, we are going to concentrate in the Jenkins, and again, documentation tool, Confluence, Scrum boards, Jira tools. This is the DevOps tools, but we are only mainly focusing on only these three tools. We are mainly focusing on only these three tools. One is Jenkins, and again, Kubernetes and Docker. So that's why to understand this Jenkins, it will do the continuous integration, and again, it will do the continuous delivery, and again, deployment. Yes, so now I'll give the overview of these points. I think everyone are okay up to this point, right? Okay. I think who are working, what is the difference between continuous deployment and again continuous delivery? Any idea?
My basic understanding is all the tools we use deploy resources, for the project, and if any update comes, it continuously updates and integrate with different tools.
Okay. Okay, just like I'll be adding though one more point to correct that point. All right, DevOps is nothing but it is a collection of tools. Okay. Meanwhile, what is a continuous integration? Just like we have seen that. And again, what is a continuous delivery? delivery is nothing but like without anyone approval, deploying into the production environment is called as a continuous delivery. And again, what is a continuous deployment? With the approval of manager for deployment into the production environment is called as a continuous deployment. So that's why we use continuous delivery and again deployment. These three things we can able to achieve with the help of Jenkins. Okay, then this is what exactly we spoke now. All right. Then in the Jenkins, what and all we can learn? So continuous integration principles and again practices, delivery concepts and again automation, and again installation and again configuration of Jenkins, and again creation and again configuration of Jenkins jobs, like Jenkins pipeline as a code by writing a pipeline code, and again integration with any kind of version control systems, either Git, either SVN, anything. And again, I want the Bitbucket also. And again, use of build tools, either Maven, Gradle, MS build, PyBuild, and again, even though Android should also we can implement there. Clear? And again, one more implementation of automation testing in Jenkins also we can do this. And again, artifact management and again deployment automations, monitoring and again reporting using Jenkins, utilization of Jenkins plugin and again extending functionality also we can do. And again, Jenkins best practices for how to achieve this CI/CD principles with quicker format for deployment into multiple environments. How to do the best practices. See, all these important points, real-time 24 points, I am taking this and again, I'm giving the complete training on this point. Especially, this is the very, very important ones. And again, they will ask in interview also, what are the best practices within the Jenkins? What are the best practices in the Jenkins? How to do the CI/CD principles automations, right? And again, security and again, access control, how to give the user permissions, group permissions, how to give the authentication methods, either JWT tokens, either SSO, either SAML authentications, and again, either any kind of RBAC implementations. This is very important point. From the 13th to 24th point, it is a very real-time scenarios where I'm going to deliver in our daily classes, how to do this parameterized, build and again customizable job executions, lot of parameter jobs, like what is the string parameter, Boolean parameters, and again, what is the string parameters, also like multiple like file parameters, security parameters, how to implement all these parameter jobs. And again, distributed builds for parallel execution across multiple nodes. I mean, Jenkins is basically, that is a standalone machine. If I need to make like it is a multiple architecture level, like multiple agents, if I want to add how to distribute the jobs with the parallel executions, that is what like very important point. And again, integration with like external tools, services using plugins, like API plugins, any kind of like either AWS, either any kind of Azure, any kind of other tools we can implement. Like example, Venafi tools, either like any kind of Atlassian tools with Atlassian Vault, okay. Then again, any kind of backup, how to take the backup, but again, restore strategies for Jenkins. And again, this is very important point, how to make Jenkins high availability architecture. That is what like high availability and again scalability configurations. Not only adding the Jenkins master slave architecture. So this is slave architectures. No need to add, after adding this also, if one Jenkins master goes down, how to quickly take a backup of other Jenkins master. That is what real-time scenarios I'll be going to this point. I'm like more focusing on 18th point. I'm main focusing like 18th point. High availability and again scalability configurations. If one Jenkins master node goes down, how to quickly bring back other Jenkins master node. All right. Then again, containerization, begin orchestration, integration with the Docker, Kubernetes, and also like any kind of Terraform, Ansible, all these things. And troubleshooting and again debugging, Jenkins pipeline and again jobs. This is important. And again, performances optimization techniques. Yes, this is very important. Even if I bought Jenkins master node with high-end configuration, like take an example, 32 GB RAM, and again 1 TB hard disk, still my Jenkins is getting like very low performance. How to increase my performance jobs in the Jenkins? Still it will taking like a lot of like example, like one job is taking like more time. How to reduce that time? This is especially very important. This is what everyday issues we can ask. And again, even though real-time candidates who are working here, or else like who are going to jump into the DevOps, they can ask this question: how to increase the performance optimization in the Jenkins? Suppose like if I am having a very good configuration of my system, Like example, 16 core processor, 32 GB RAM, and again 1 TB hard disk. But still, I'm getting my jobs are like getting very low responses. How to reduce this, and again how to come up with like good performances. How to debug the networking performances, and again how to debug the hard disk performances like network read in, network read out, and again disk read in, disk read out. All this we can see in the depth. And again compliance and again governance practices. Yes, this is important. What is the PCI compliances like payment card industry? How we can deploy, and again how we make automations in the secure environment, and again how to do the continuous improvement strategies, and again automation workflows, and again community engagement, and again contribution of Jenkins open source projects. All these things can be seen in the 24 points. Especially I'm focusing, these are the 24 points in the Jenkins tool. Yes. So, and again, mainly also we are focusing high availability of the Jenkins master nodes, and again, how to add the multiple Jenkins slave nodes. Yes. See, everyone knows that like Jenkins master and slave architecture, at least high level, only we can add Linux machines, Windows machines. How to add Mac machines, and again, how to add Android phones. That is what real-time scenarios. Learn in one perspectives, even though if it is not useful for you, Mac operating system adding also, mobile application adding also, at least you can tell that, yes, I'm having experience. In the learning center, they did like master level knowledge sharing, especially in the Jenkins. You guys can feel that. Basically, everyone, suppose take an example, everyone are developing the Java application only. Wherever we go in the DevOps interviews and in the DevOps concept, Java, 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 Java. Apart from that Java, there is no coding language, C#, Node.js, Python, right? If I'm using a .NET application, I want to use which node? If the Jenkins master is Linux machine, if the slave node is a Windows machine, how to do the automation? If it is a Windows application. Example, next take an example. I want to develop an application which is Mac applications, either Apple Mac applications. What is the build tool we are going to use? Xcode. And again, what is the language for that? Swift. Or else, what is the where we can deploy that server? Mac OS. How to integrate with the Mac server? Then you can take mobile application. Yes. How to integrate into the Jenkins Mac? What is that? Mobile. With the help of like with the help of Android Studios. Clear? Are we clear about this point? My sincere request to everyone, no need to focus only Java, Maven. We need to focus C#, Windows. We need to focus XOS application, Mac applications, and also we need to focus mobile application also. Clear? This is what Jenkins master slave. And again, these are the 24 points I'm mainly concentration about these Jenkins tools. Next, coming back, container and again virtualizations. What is this container and again virtualizations? Why it is very important? So can anyone explain that what is monolithic and again? All right, so I'll be sharing this, my notepad, one more notepad. Is it my new notepad is visible? What is monolithic? What is microservices? Again, what is serverless application? Any idea? Anyone? Anyone quickly?
So,
Yes, I think.
yeah, you can go ahead. Sorry.
If I want to know about like Docker and again containerizations, first we should understand monolithic. Monolithic means what?
It's like a single application.
Yes.
The components are tightly coupled. You cannot you cannot work without.
Whole application is running on one server and deployed as one deployment and running on server. And in microservices, we break down the whole application into smaller chunks and running in different deployment.
Okay. Okay. Still, I'll be correcting those points. Take an example, like example www.abc.com, www.xyz.com, www.mno.com, www.123.com. These 4 applications we require 4 servers, right? Individual application, individual host we require, that is called as a monolithic. Take an example in the before 2017 or 2018 or 2016, everyone we are using a mobile phones, right? If I am having a 2 SIMs, then I want to buy a 2 mobiles. leave it about this China assets. Okay, I want to have I'm having a 2 mobile phones and again 2 SIM cards. I want to insert one SIM card to one phone and again another SIM card to other phone, right? These are called as a monolithic application, right? But nowadays, what everyone is having a smartphones. In that application, 2 SIMs I can insert, but I can also be able to use 2 WhatsApp. That 2 WhatsApp is nothing but microservices. In the same machine, with the help of namespace and again C group and again binaries and again libraries with the kernel features, we can deploy the multiple applications. It will consume how much libraries and again binary files is required. That is called as a microservices. Are we a good point to understand this one? Nowadays, latest smartphones, we can use the 2 applications, right? 2 WhatsApp and again 2 SIMs, right? So basically, we need to understand what is virtualization and again containerizations to understand microservices. Virtualization is nothing but sharing the hardware resources called as a virtualization. Then again, what is a microservice? What is a container? Sharing the operating system resource. What is the operating system resource? Binaries and again execution files and again configuration files, C namespaces, C groups. These are called as a containerizations. So that's why in every one phone nowadays, 2 SIMs, 2 WhatsApp, right? That's why dual apps. That dual apps concept is nothing but microservices. To avoid the infrastructure, mainly they are going to convert from monolithic to microservices. Are we a good point to understand here up to here? Is it clear? Any doubts? Anyone?
I have a question.
Yes.
It means that number of server, it's monolithic means one server, microservices
application.
means more than one server.
See, monolithic means for one application, one server. Microservices means one server, multiple applications we can deploy.
Yeah, got it.
You got it, right? So that's why in your latest smartphones, 2 WhatsApp, 2 SIMs. How it works? It will share the operating system resource. Sharing the operating system resource is called as a container platforms, right? Then again, monolithic means one application, one server. Then what is the serverless applications? Without any server in the front end, in the back end, everything will be managed from them. Just we need to write a code and again, we should build the binaries and again, we should upload into the any kind of serverless applications. Like example, take an example in the Azure functions, in the Google Cloud, Google functions, in the AWS Lambda, take the Lambda functions there in the AWS services. Just write a binary packages, either .jar, either .var, either .python, either .msi, either .exe, any kind of application binary packages, just upload into this Lambda functions there, depending upon the time period, execution time, and again, in the back end, there is a servers. It will deploy according to their platforms. We should choose the platforms. And again, after that, we can do the serverless applications. So that's why right now the world is mainly converting monolithic application to microservices. And again, nowadays, after 2024 end and again 2025 beginning, converting microservices application to serverless. So that's why nowadays that's why the more focus on DevOps engineers, DevSecOps engineers to do these automations. Clear, got it right? Yes. Now, so that's why like this is, I will share my complete PDF and again documentation to everyone to understand this. What is a virtualization is nothing but it is a sharing the hardware resource. And also like container is a completely sharing the operating system resource. I'll show the diagram example. See, virtualization in the VM. Now, please forget that concept, monolithic microservices and again serverless. Just we can involve on this. What is virtualization platform and again what is container platform, right? So leave it about this multi-core processing MCP, leave it about this left side part, take the virtualization via VMs and again virtualization via containers. See, in your local laptop, if I want to install one more operating system, what we will do, we will be downloading third-party tools, right? Either VMware workstations, either Oracle Toolbox. And again, for this, for one VM, one OS, and again, one software. Like example, VM1, operating system 1, either Windows, operating system 2, either CentOS, operating system 3, either a DAT, operating system 4, either any kind of Ubuntu machines. In each machine, I can deploy each applications. But again, in the same processor, but in this case, the local virtual machines, I can install multiple type 2 hypervisor and again the container applications there. Like in the one container engineer, we can deploy the lot of applications. This is what container platforms. In these container platforms, everything it works with a binaries, libraries. Example, like in the container one, how the container engine will run, and again how the namespaces will be defined, and again how the core will be communicated with. Okay, this is what in the day-by-day classes will be giving the in-depth of knowledge on this. And coming back, so this is what. Yeah, one second. All right. So this is what the basically Docker structure here. Okay, in this we should understand Docker image and again Docker container and again registry. Right. So I'll show the demo part also here. And Docker components are Docker engine and again Docker images, Docker containers, Docker registry, and again the Docker compose, Docker volumes, Docker networking, and again the container orchestration tool, Docker Swarm. It is a Docker own proprietary tools. And again, last but least, Kubernetes. In the Kubernetes, why we are going to use the Kubernetes architecture? Here it is a master node, here it is a worker node 1, and again here it is a worker node 2. Collection of master node and worker node is called as a cluster. In this, why we need to use Kubernetes? Because container orchestration tool, automated deployment, auto scaling, service discovery, and again load balancing. These are the main features. And again, self-healing, storage orchestration, configuration management it is. And again, it will do automatic batch processing and again networking implementations, multi-environment deployments also we can do. And again, it will do like horizontal and again vertical pod auto scaling. And again, resource monitoring and again logging we can do. And again, we can also do rolling updates and again rollbacks. And again, this is also completely multi-cloud and again hybrid cloud support with any kind of Kubernetes. And again, RBAC implementations, custom definitions, we can write our own CRDs. What exactly CRD, why we need to create, we can write our own APIs there. And also how to make high availability, container health checking, service mesh integrations, and again, security policies, and again, stateful applications support also, customizable resource limits. All these things we can do, complete end-to-end points. These are the main points of the main features of the Kubernetes. This is what in industry, Docker and again Kubernetes main focus. Okay. And yeah, so the main components, kube API server, etcd, kube scheduler in the master node, kube control manager, and again node components, kubelet, kube proxy, and again container runtime, and again networking components like container networking interface, and again network plugins, and again DNS services. So how to do all these things, we can do in depth of day-by-day classes in the practical scenarios. Now, I'll go quickly. What is Docker? I'll show them practical sessions on this. Once again, I'll be logging to the AWS Cloud. How many of them familiar with AWS Cloud? Any idea? How many of them are familiar with AWS Cloud? Hello. Are we there? Hello.
Yes, yes, sir.
Are we everyone are good at like AWS Cloud? Once again, I'm talking here.
No, we are new to
AWS Cloud.
yeah.
Okay. In this session also, I'll be taking with the AWS Cloud like basic knowledge on this. Log back in. Now I will be showing this some of the practical tools here. One is Jenkins and again another one is Docker. Okay, the system is too slow, I think. All right, that's good. We going with the My internet is too slow. Let me have a meanwhile it could take some 1 minute of time. So till now, any confusions? And again, we will be supporting that, like how you should crack the interviews, and again, what are the real-time interview questions, and again, meanwhile, like how to implement with the real-time practicals. All this will be supported from our end. Okay. These 3 tools are like very emerging tools.
So what is the background we need to know? Like, what are the prerequisites before taking this course?
Yes, the prerequisites, basically I would share like on my notepad, not my notepad. So, okay, here, especially in the IT field, right? So I'll give the completely overview on this, especially in the IT field. No need to worry about that. Like I'm a B Pharma student or BA student or chartered account, might be anything, might be. Okay, even the MBA student also. I want to enter into the IT field. For that, like you should be very passionate about coding, right? There are 2 types. Without coding also we can enter into the field. With coding also we can enter into the field. But the prerequisites for this DevOps, right? You should be having good aware of one of the operating system, either Linux, either Windows, right? So here will be end-to-end real-time scenarios with Linux operating system, and again coming off the cloud AWS, and again shell scripting and Python, not R, shell scripting and Python scripting, and again DevOps tools. These are the DevOps tools. The prerequisites mainly operating system knowledge. Take an example. What is the operating system here? If you are using in your local laptop Windows machine, right? If you open 10 Google tabs and again 10 Microsoft Word and again 10 PowerPoints, what your system will happen? It will become like very slow, right? How you are going to troubleshoot that? So those are the points you should know to do even though in Linux also, because wherever you go, take an example like SBI Bank, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, all this banking application where it is running in the Linux servers backend. They have a completely web application servers. Those web applications will be installed in the Linux servers, top and Red Hat servers, either OpenSUSE servers, either any kind of Ubuntu servers, right? So that's why you should know about like Linux operating system. And again, if you go to the any kind of hospitals, right? MRI scans and again CT scans, all this application where it will be running, then is the Windows applications. So that's why Windows servers. Right now we know only the client versions, right? Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows XP, and again Windows 8, 8.1, 10, and again 11. What are the Windows Server editions? 2003, 2008, 2012, 16, 2019, 2022. So these are the server editions. So that's why one of the operating system you should know very well. Because whatever you write, Python scripting or shell scripting or PowerShell scripting, you will be deploying the automation of a operating system features, right? And again, the cloud you should know in depth of the cloud services. Basically in the cloud services, what you should know: security concepts. If I deploy the web application, like example www.durgasoftwaresolutions.com, if I deploy that web application in the AWS cloud, how to secure that web applications, and again if the one region is going down, how to make the disaster recovery, how to make the data backups, and again what and all the services will be implementing. So all these things like we need to plan, and again scripting, and again DevOps. So are we good to know about like what are the prerequisites?
Yeah. Is Jenkins, Kubernetes, Docker, these are also cloud-based solutions, or else, those are standalone. You will need to install on any of the operating system like Windows or Linux and then work on them.
So basically, these are the standalone tools. Basically, DevOps is a collection of a tool. Okay? Collection of tools. Here, lot of tools. Basically, first we should understand Docker, Kubernetes in the traditional format, but in the cloud, AWS EKS, in the Azure AKS, and again in the Google Cloud GKE. So already there are ready-made tools there. But here, first we should understand what is a master node, what is a worker nodes, how to do these automations. Then those things can be implemented in the ready-made clouds. Clear, right? Yeah.
So what I understood is that these are standalone tools we can install on standalone machines and get to learn. But in
Yes.
real time, but there'll be a cloud environment wherein we can install them on the cloud clusters or something like that. Is that correct?
Exactly. True. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
That is what. Yeah.
So
So
we'll be covering as standalone or else, cloud-based installations.
yes. First, what I will do, I'll be doing this standalone with the traditional format. Then, whenever we use the AWS, how to deploy the Docker images in the AWS cloud with using ECS, like AWS ECS service. AWS, in the AWS, we have a ECR, ECS, and again EKS. In the Azure, we are having AKS, and again ACS, and again ACR. I mean, Docker Hub is nothing but Elastic Container Registry, and again Docker Hub is nothing but in Azure Cloud, Azure Container Registry. So that's why like we should understand this. First, traditionally, we should learn how to do traditionally, and again how to implement in the cloud ready-made services.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, just go a bit slow, okay? These are all new things for us.
Okay, great.
So
Okay,
we are
no issues.
completely, so I come from a data background, database background. So DevOps
Okay.
is totally, your content is
All
good, but please go a bit slow. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you for this feedback. Yes, definitely. Yeah, so we should learn like standalone tools first, but in the cloud already they implemented this ready-made. And again, after learning this in the interview and again real-time scenarios, still many companies they are working this standalone in the on-premises tools. But in few companies, they are already they will ask an interview, or else like when you join the after taking this course, when you crack the interview, and again when you join to the company, they will ask that how to migrate on-premises Kubernetes to the AWS cloud or Azure cloud. Then again, what are the challenges will be facing all these things? That's why, and again, without distributing, I mean, without disturbing any running applications.
As
Yeah.
is kind of forklift kind of thing. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So here I don't want to share like very basic things. And again, very basic knowledges. If you want like very basic knowledges, there is a lot of resources will be available in the market. And again, many social media channels. But here, if you want to learn, and again, if you want to learn like in depth, and again, I want to crack like only first attempt, my own interviews. And again, by learning this concept, like how to achieve like good packages. And again, how can I sustain in the IT field? That is what very important. And again, here, no need to worry about like I'm a different domain, and again this is my new domain. It's just forget it about all these things, just learn about like what are the syllabuses I'm going to share. That is more than enough to
Yeah,
practice and again to
but stress on the basics first, okay? Then
sure.
we are not even intermediate. That's what I feel. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then going forward, then reduce because foundations would be if foundations are strong, then we can at least learn from books or something like that. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, here I'll be taking like, see if I directly I cannot able to jump to the high level concept also or advanced concept also. Just I can go through the very basics and again from the basics to the intermediate level. Yeah.
Yeah, and also try to give some example, real-time examples while explaining the concept, like analogies or something like that, so that we can get it into our brains easily.
Sure. Yeah. So definitely I will take your point. And again, yeah. So when our classes will connect, right? So every day it will be like day by day. So the classes will be going with the practical examples only. And again, this is what seminar class. So that's why like I have given the complete eye level and again, what exactly, what is what, and again, how can we do this? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Any questions anymore? Anyway, tomorrow also there is a seminar, I think. So in that, like I can show my complete practical scenarios there. Yeah, anyone, any doubts still now?
So there are so many tools available for code versions, code builds. So where
Exactly.
how how we can get to that point? Like we'll be focusing on only one particular tool. So
Yeah, one tool is enough. Yeah.
like for this course we'll be concentrating only on Jenkins, Docker, and Kubernetes, right? Like,
Yes.
but for source code, from where we'll get that source code and all, right? How we'll
Yes.
do continuous delivery?
Yes. So for that, like even the if Docker files, Jenkins files, and again Kubernetes YAML files, we need to store in the source code management only. By default, Git will be taken. Yeah. Git or Bitbucket. Yeah.
So you'll be showing that Git also, right? A little bit.
Yes. Yeah,
So
exactly.
because
Git commands. Yeah.
because I don't know what is that push or pull, when to push, when to pull. So a little bit of basics, a small program, and then push it to Git, or else pull it from Git, and then do a continuous delivery.
Yes, exactly. That is the first point, like Git, Docker, Jenkins, and again Kubernetes. These are the main 4 tools actually. Yeah.
So Docker, I understood like it's like a container. So it's like a self container, like a kind of a web server.
Yes.
It has its own environment and you can ship it to any other environment, and then you can run it as is without any issues. But Kubernetes, how it is going to help? I
Yes.
missed that point actually.
Yes, exactly. Now I will give the complete brief instruction about like Kubernetes, right? So now I want to make you to understand everyone. So what is the difference between, suppose take an example, Mahesh. Mahesh, you are the one who is raising the question, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just we can feel that like Mahesh is a manager. And again, all of we are the candidates working under manager, right? Mahesh. But now what Mahesh will do? Mahesh is nothing but Kubernetes. What Mahesh will do? Suppose take an example. Even though I'm also working under him, Mahesh is my manager. And again, I can tell that, yes. So what you'll be focusing, you'll be telling that you will doing the people management. What is people management there? If all of the team members performance is good, you will be increasing the salary. And again, if he's getting like any new project with a different skills, then again, you'll be allocating like 3 to 4 members. You guys need to allocate, you guys need to update your skills, and you will be arranging the projects. So like this, and again, you will also plan like leave plans, and again backups, and again also like you'll be hiring like few more engineers depending upon the backups, right? Same thing here also, container orchestration tool. Definitely it requires a 3 to 4 servers. It's a cluster concept. And again, if the container automatically dies, automatically it will recreates with high availability. Automatically it will recreates, and again it will do auto self-healing, auto balance, load balancing, and again auto scaling, and again horizontal pod scaling. All this high availability backups it will do automatically. That's why it is called as a Kubernetes. Is it clear, Mahesh?
So what I understood is Docker is something to run the application, but for Docker, you take the Docker file and put it in Kubernetes so that to get high availability of that application. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Make it highly available.
It is highly available. Like it will do like automatically it will do like load balancing, and again auto scaling all this. Yeah.
So you'll have different um, clusters or else nodes wherein
Yes.
you. So in that case, you put the Docker in both the nodes. So if one node down gets down, the other node will pick up that one, or how the replication happens.
Yes. All these things will be taken care. Yeah.
Okay. So you'll show us like step by step installation of
Yes.
component.
Yeah, in our classes, right, how to create a cluster, how to like step-by-step points, how to create a cluster, and again how to deploy the application pod, how to make high availability, and again if one pod is going down, like how to create like automatically one more new pod. All these things will be done in classes. Yeah.
So how we can test it? Like you'll give your environment like any cloud, or else we need to do it on our machines like standalone native versions.
Yes. So we should also, so if everyone, we should create a AWS account. In the AWS accounts, first we can create our own servers, and again we can do deployment. Rather than say, I think everyone will not have a good configuration of laptop. So that's why we can use the AWS servers there, and again we can deploy. And again after that, we can also use the AWS EKS or Azure EKS services. Yeah.
So those are free or else we need to pay anything just for
No,
practice?
those are free. Like first, like it is a 1 year free tier account, right? You can configure the less resources there, and again after practicing, like you can decommission like all the services.
Okay, got it. So we need not have to install anything on our machines. Just make use of the cloud resources.
Exactly. Yeah. Till now, any confusions? Anyone? Any points?
So why this term like DevOps came into picture? So I just want to know the background. So what was
Yeah.
previously done? Why DevOps? Why Jenkins and all this stuff? How it was done before?
Yes. So basically, Jenkins, Git, all these tools are available from the past 25 years back. But latest, what you know, earlier there is a job called as a developer job, testing jobs. But in between, there is a one job called as a BRM. And what is that? Build and release management jobs. Nowadays, build and release management jobs, testing jobs, all the normal kind of system admin jobs, database admin jobs, all these kind of admin jobs will be collaborated and again made as a one job that is called as a DevOps.
Oh, okay. Apart from the development, the remaining all testing, build engineer,
Yes.
all that. Okay. But dev is
Yeah.
separate, right?
Exactly. They will be separate. Only developers will be writing their OOPS concept code, but ops is nothing but it is a multiple operation admins like database admin, security admin, network admin, Windows admin, Linux admin, and again completely storage admin, and again middleware admin. So, and again, all these kind of administration jobs need to do these operations with one guy. One guy should have a multiple domains knowledge. He should not tell that like I'm having only storage domain knowledge. I'm having only networking domain knowledge. I doesn't know Linux. I doesn't know databases. So that's why like collaboration between all the domains that made us a one app engineer. That's why DevOps. Yeah. That's why in the cloud also, what is a cloud? Cloud is a collection of domains. What is a DevOps? DevOps is a collection of tools. In the cloud, collection of domains. In that cloud, we have a lot of domains: compute, database, networking, storage, security, identity access management, and again completely cost reductions, and again troubleshooting, and again reverse engineering concepts. That's what is involved in the cloud. Clear? Yeah.
Okay, okay.
All right then.
So how in cloud in real time mostly what clouds will be used? Like is it
Yeah, AWS is mainly used. Nowadays, GCP also, and again Azure also like equally competing.
so it depends on the company. So
Companies. But AWS is a topmost cloud tool there is.
okay. So we'll be covering AWS in this particular course.
No, basically like AWS, we can use the services, which are the very important services for the Docker, Kubernetes, and again Jenkins. That's what I can use only those points.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone, any doubts?
Yeah, so actually, I joined.
Sorry, your voice is too low. Can you please come again?
Yeah, is it okay?
Still we are facing low.
I will rejoin.
Hello? Yes, please. Hello. Hello. Someone is asking a question. Can you please come again? Yes, please. Hello. Yeah. Any questions? Anyone?
Yes, I have a question. Are you be able to show if you have some of the project containing the CI/CD pipeline and Docker and Kubernetes? Any
Oh,
project?
sorry. Can you please come again?
I was asking if there is any project.
Yes. I will do the deployment of a 2-tier web application and again 3-tier web application we need to build with Node.js and again with Python application also I will build, and after that I'll be building with Java microservices also, and again I will do the deployments. Yeah.
Okay.
And again,
Okay.
meanwhile, yeah. See, I think like Mahesh and again everyone are asking like some many questions, right? See, here is a containers, Elastic Container Registry, Elastic Container Services, Kubernetes services. We should use this one. These are the ready-made services, but first we should learn standalone with how to go with like installations. After that we can learn about AWS ready-made services. Yeah. All right. Quickly now I'll show like one of the Docker images how to build and again how to do this. I'll be launching like one server now. So this is the AWS cloud platform. In the day-by-day classes, like we can understand like how exactly the classes will be. Okay. I have like one server here already. I launched this server, but meanwhile I'll be launching from the beginning. No need to worry. I'll be terminate this instance now. I'll be terminating this instance. I'll be showing now practically. First, I'll show Docker, and again next I'll go to Jenkins.
And also, if anything goes wrong, right? So, show us like way to check the logs, how to interpret that information.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but that will be in the classes actually, day-by-day classes.
Yeah, sure. I'm just talking about the classes only.
Okay, yeah, that definitely from me. Yeah. And again, I will give you the lot of assignments how exactly it works, all this. Yeah, now I'll be showing like one of the small Docker images, how to build and again how to run. And again, this is a way to how to provision the. Okay, anyway, this is a seminar, just like I'm giving the high level point here. And in the day-by-day classes, we can learn like slowly. I'm taking here Linux image, Amazon Linux image. And again, launch instance. Yeah, the instance is launched now. We can go and check here. This is a Docker image. Now, how can I connect from Windows machine to local Linux machine? Copy the public IP address, this one. Once the machine should be in the running state, then only we can able to connect. But still, it will take like, okay, now it is running state. Copy this public IP. Open your putty. And again, paste the public IP here. And again, authenticate. First time we should authenticate one key pair. So let's say key pair like whatever we downloaded here. This is the one. Upload here. Then again, appearance, change. Yes, again, bold. And again, I'll make color as white color. Click OK. Accept. Yes. This is what? Now login as. So we can go with like this one. By default, user is EC2-user. Yes. Now I want to install Docker. How to install Docker? Sudo install Docker. I'll be installing Docker here. After installing the Docker, I want to check whether the Docker is running or not. So you can check like this. Sudo service Docker status. So Docker is inactive, it is not running. So that's why I want to make run. How to make run? Sudo service Docker start. You should make like this, start. So now Docker should be running state. See, now Docker is running state. Okay. Now basically how many commands are there? Only first one, sudo install Docker. First I'm checking the status, whether the Docker is running or not. If it is not running, start the Docker, then you can check the status. Now it is running. Okay. Also we can check like this also. Sudo es-ef grep Docker. So now the Docker is running here, container. Okay, now the commands is Docker is sudo docker. If I click on commands, it will show container commands basically. There are like command commands: run, exec, ps, build, pull, push, images, login, logout, search, all this. So all these commands we should learn. So it will take like oddly, so 3 to 4 days for complete Docker learning. Okay. Then, so sudo docker images is a command. Right now we don't have any image here, and again, right now sudo docker ps. These are the commands. Right now no container is running. So if you check here Docker architecture, if you check here Docker architecture, see the Docker architecture. Wherever we install Docker, that is called as a Docker host, and you can Docker client. By default, the commands will be installed, and Docker registry is nothing but after building the Docker images, we can push to the Docker hub. But already the ready-made images will be available in the Docker registry. We can pull them, and again we can run them. And again here we need to understand the difference between Docker image and again Docker containers. So the runtime of Docker image is called as a container. And again, the collection of data is called as a Docker image. How it will run with the help of Docker daemon mode. Is it clear? Any confusions?
No, this image, I didn't understand actually why you came to this image actually.
Okay. See, meanwhile, is not in meeting up. You can call someone. I'm sorry. One second. Yes. See, basically, just I shown that what's the Docker? Docker means what? So basically, it is a container tool where it can share the operating system resource. But now, suppose take an example. If you want to, okay, now you bought a new laptop, but new laptop, the operating system got crashed. Okay. But if you want to install new Windows OS 11 or 10, what is the capacity for that? Minimum 28 GB, right? The operating system.
Yeah. Okay.
Same thing here. If I want to install in the same machine, Docker Ubuntu or any kind of applications there, how to implement and again how to do all this, that is what the Docker image is there. Here, everything it will be compressed with less image, lesser data. It will not give the more data. How much the data is required, that much data only we can take that one. Clear? Anyway, in day by day, the classes will be right. So it will be easy to understand that the image is nothing but it is a collection of data. In the Ubuntu OS, we have a lesser data. I mean, how much, say, suppose take an example. In your mobile phone, there is a dual apps, right? One WhatsApp, two WhatsApp you can install. In one WhatsApp, how much data will be there? Only binaries, libraries, kernels, it can be shared in the same mobile. And you can either in other WhatsApp, same thing it will share. So that's why that is called as an image. One WhatsApp in the dual apps, one WhatsApp is called as a one image, and again other WhatsApp is called as a other image. In that image, what it contains? Collection of data, right? And again, now if I want to run that WhatsApp, the runtime of that WhatsApp image is called as a container. Clear?
Okay. So Docker image, it's like a class instance, I can say.
Yeah, it's a lightweight operating system.
Image is like a lightweight. Oh, okay, it's a kernel, dependent kernel on itself.
Exactly.
Like a Windows image or a Linux image or something like that.
Exactly true. Yeah.
Okay. So, and it will be executed under a container. So previously we used to have like dual boot operating system on a laptop, something like that. So like Windows on the same laptop and Linux on the same laptop.
Yes, we can do that. So that's what that, yeah.
Something like a similar concept over here.
Yes, so in the Windows also, like there is a third-party application we'll install, and again we'll run the Linux machines, right? Same thing here also, the Docker wherever you install, either in Windows, either in Linux, we can install a lot of applications that depending upon the different operating system, it is the same similar concepts only.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for AWS, using AWS, we can just create VMs, whether it can be a Windows VM or else a Linux VM, something like that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Right now, just like I provision like one of the Linux VM, right? Same thing, we can also provision like Windows VM and again also like Mac OS VM, all these things.
And in that, while creation, so do we specify the Windows operating system version also?
Yes, we will specify that. So I think I moved fast, I think. See, suppose like if I go to the launch instance here,
And this will be like trail period, how long it will be there? So we can,
it is a 1 year trial period will be there. And again, the 2 machines you can launch and again you can use. See, suppose like in the Microsoft Windows, if you want like Windows 2022, base 19, all this you can choose here.
oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, that's what. It is a very good platform where we can do the automations. Yeah.
So how much Python will come into picture? Or is it
Actually, I'm focusing only the
that is the
3
last
to 4
part,
tools.
like automation part. So this is like basics of Docker, Kubernetes, and this other one, Jenkins.
Yes. So in the Python, right, I will be developing my own web applications. And again, I will deploy that application with the Kubernetes. And again, I'll show that like how to browse with our own domain name. Like example, www.myish.com, how to buy that domain name. And again, how to deploy that domain name into the Airbus cloud. And again, how to access that application.
Okay, okay. So the reason I asked that question because I think there's so many things, so many technologies, so many tools. So where does that particular tool fits in the entire, infrastructure or whatever the diagram is? That's what I'm trying to understand. For
Okay.
which one comes first? What is the sequence of learning? That is what I was trying to
Yeah,
understand.
I understand. I understand your questions. Yes, it's basically completely like end-to-end application deployments with real-time applications and again new real-time like domain integrations. All these things will be there.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, mainly I'm focusing here Git, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, and again few of the services in AWS because we need to deploy to the AWS, right? So that's why. Because everyone will be not having like good configuration of laptop, and again they
Yeah.
cannot able to reinstall like operating systems into the multiple operating systems there. Yeah.
So if I create one trail account, so how many VMs I can create, or else is there any
Yeah,
restriction?
you can create like yeah, there is a restrictions. You can create a lot of instances, but if you are not using, please decommission whatever the things will be provisioned right there.
So
But
we
or
can
else like billing will come.
decommission in the sense we can delete the instance and then you can have the instance, right?
Exactly.
But kind of parallelly, how many I can have in one trail account? Like one or two,
In
one Linux, one Windows, one another thing.
one Linux, one Windows, you can provision it.
Okay, okay. So what is this Ubuntu? Linux is there. What is Ubuntu? That is also I have heard a lot of times.
Yeah, basically Ubuntu machines is something. It is one of the operating systems.
It's a Unix flavor again.
It's Linux.
Oh, Linux flavor. So in your real world, what is the most common OS you see for this environment, DevOps environment? So,
See, few
so I
companies.
wanted to
Yeah,
know, like, what Linux flavor I need to learn, something like that.
yeah, they should learn Linux basically. Yes, most of all Red Hat operating systems they will be using there.
Linux. So if I know Linux, I will be able to manage Ubuntu as well, right?
Yeah. One Linux operating same commands. Yeah.
Same commands. Okay. And that Linux installation and all will be taken care by system admins, right? In any org.
Exactly. System admins. Yeah.
All we need to know how to deploy, where, how to install these softwares, and what is the path, which directories we need to install, we can make use of it. How much is the free space? All this stuff, right? Where is the logs, directory and all, right?
Exactly. True.
Okay. To that extent, we need to know.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah.
We need not have to go to the Linux admin part and all, right?
It's not required compulsorily. No need to go for in depth, but at least like how much it is required. Like example, shell scripting it is mandatory.
Why?
Because take an example right now, if you are having like 100 servers, okay, take an example. Just like I will give the complete description here. In your local laptop, if I want to create a one folder, inside that folder, 10 folders. I will be creating one folder in the desktop. Inside that folder, 10 folders I'll create. Okay. And again, each folder I'll be creating like one file. Okay. Like this, if it is 1,000 servers or 100 servers, how long it will take? Manually, if you want to create, it will take like minimum 1 day, right? Or 2 days. Each system you should go and
Correct.
each system you should go and again you should create a folders, 10 folders, all these things, right? But write a Python code or shell scripting, it will do like immediately 10 to 2 to 5 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
All right. Same thing. Like
Automation
if I'm
purpose.
exactly. If I'm having like 10 databases, like I want to fetch the 10 queries and again 10 tables, then again I can collect that with the help of Python scripting.
Okay. So another
All right.
question you asked. So what is the difference between shell scripting and Python scripting? Which is more powerful? When to use when?
Yeah. See, if you're deploying the scripts only in the Linux environment, then you can use shell scripting. But if you want to deploy in the both platforms like Windows and again Linux, then again you can use the Python scripting.
Python is like platform independent, OST independent.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So any confusions, any doubts till now? Can we end up sessions? Tomorrow also there is a seminar. Yeah. It's practical. Yeah.
Tomorrow at what time, Vishwa?
Same time, I think. Yeah.
They told something.
On the 16th,
7:30 p.m.,
I
right?
am
7:30 p.m., right?
I think I'm also not aware of this. 14th April, 10 a.m.
Yeah, because they kept it in the chat. If you see the chat, if you go above, I mentioned like 7:30 p.m. regular classes will start.
Oh, there is a regular classes actually.
So you will be taking those classes, right?
Yes, I'm the one where I'm going to take the classes here.
Okay, 7:30 to
7:30 to 9 o'clock.
9. Okay,
1.5
so
hours.
it will be like only weekdays or weekends? How is it like? And for how
No, it is a
much duration?
weekdays.
Weekdays
Weekdays. Yeah.
for 30 days or 35 or 40?
Like it is a 45 days, I think, mentioned. Yeah.
Uh, So I'm interested in this course, but make sure that basics are foundations go bit slow. Okay. Later
Yeah,
on,
sure.
even if it is extended for 5 days or 2 days, that's fine. But the foundation should be at least I should be able to tell this I have learned from Vishwa. That is the main motto.
Yeah. Sure,
Okay.
sure. That definitely I'll make from my end. No worries. And again, meanwhile, like how to crack the interviews, all these things, like I'll give the like lot of interview materials and again real-time project scenarios and again how it is a workable to the industry. Yeah.
Yeah, because we are not from this world, so it's a different world altogether. So be
Yeah,
patient, like
exactly.
what questions we are asking. Maybe it could be a stupid question for you, but it's a
Yeah,
basic
exactly.
question for us, so that it clears a lot of confusion in our minds. That's why.
Yeah, I can understand. No worries. Yeah, no worries.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Yeah. So thank you, Mahesh. Thank you. It is a good interaction, everyone. All right. So do anyone have any questions now?
Yes.
Or else like still can, yeah, sorry.
So am I audible right now?
No, it is okay, but bit lower. But anyway, yeah, I can listen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I just want to know that, I mean, from developer, point of view, like how exactly this course will fit for them. I mean, I could understand that those who are actually inspiring for them and develop kind of tools, probably this course has been designed, but what about the developer's point of view? Just wanted to know about from that.
Yeah, so basically these DevOps tools, right, in the market, they're having like very much demand, especially Kubernetes, Docker, and again Jenkins, and again the Git, right? But in this, if you take these courses, and again, if you're working the some different domain, you can tell that experience. Yes, I have worked 2 years of experience on these tools, and again, that's why like I have a limited knowledge on this. You can tell. And again, meanwhile, my training goes with the real-time scenarios, and again, real-time application project deployment that you can showcase in our industry. And again, it will be like very good fit into the next domain for you. Yeah.
And what about that course segregation you have made? Like how many days for which particular module? I mean, for Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, and Git.
Yeah, it is a 45 days.
No, yeah, I understood that. But what about the segregation for each module?
Yeah. So in week modules, like, yeah, I have the syllabus copy. I'll send it like once in class starts, right? I'll send all the copies like in each week, how many modules like I will be going to cover. And again, I think I have shown in the seminar like 24 points in the Jenkins, and again, minimum like 16 points in the Docker, and again, more than 45 points in Kubernetes. Like in each week, minimum like 8 modules will be covered, or else like 10 modules will be covered in the Jenkins. Clear?
Yeah. And I mean, will there be any recorded session for AWS services which you are going to use on this?
Yes,
module
yes.
while
So,
covering for
yeah.
that? Because probably there might be one or two particular AWS service which we might not be aware of that. So if that's video stuff or some, I mean, written document can be available for us, then we will find it.
Yes. So definitely, whatever we are going to do this, like we can record our sessions, and again you can practice in your HMN, and also like whenever you guys are free. So we have a like WhatsApp group. Still, if you're stuck in anywhere, I'll be replying that like how exactly you need to troubleshoot all these points.
Okay.
And just in case if we miss the session, we'll have that recording, right? At least, the previous day's session.
Exactly. I'll be providing the recording. Yeah. So backup classes also I'll be providing like sometimes, and also recording sessions also will be available.
Okay. Thank you.
So
But end of the day,
maybe 1.5 hour duration will be there on a daily basis. For
yeah,
weekdays.
daily basis like 1.5 hours, and again remaining 30 minutes, like I will give the task, like it is basically like 1 hour 30 minutes to 1 hour 45 minutes. But I will be sharply ending like 1 hour 30 minutes. But remaining 15 to 20 minutes, I will give the task, what you did yesterday task, and again why it has failed here, and again why you are stuck here, and again how it will be going to implement. And again, for tomorrow's class, I'll be giving like today only the what is the syllabus I'm going to complete tomorrow. And again, for that, like at least you should have a minimum basic knowledge you should gain from the some social medias. Yeah. Anyone, any questions?
No, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. So then again, can we end the session? Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if I didn't pay attention, but do you have any specific time? Because I seen like 10 a.m. later on 7 p.m. So I don't know which one.
It's a 7 p.m. I
7
mean 7:30
p.m.
p.m. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Sir, first time I'm attending this session. Your voice is super fast. It's like you are in 1.5x speed. And the way you talk is super fast. Is it? I don't know. Is that I'm the only one feeling? I don't know. But
All right. So yeah, I will reduce my speed then again. No,
no, I don't know. I'm just that's what my basic understanding. I don't know everybody how they understand, but that's what I feel.
No,
Yeah.
I felt the same thing. I told the same thing to Vishwa. So treat us like freshers which is coming from from the engineering background or whatever it is. So just go a bit slow. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, I will take this point like a very priority level. Definitely, I will go slow level. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. So then again, so we are good to end the session. And again, from Monday onwards, the session will start. And again, so for registrations, like please connect to the team, I think management team. Yeah.
Sir, can I ask one last question? So I'm a
Yes,
little
please.
bit learning AWS, and what is the prerequisite for this Kubernetes and this thing on this course?
All right. So for AWS and again Kubernetes, right? You were asking for prerequisite.
Yeah, no, what is the prerequisite for this course? I'm learning AWS, parallelly. So how does like does it I should wait to complete the AWS or should I continue with this? That's what I was trying to ask.
No need to worry about that because basically cloud platform is that is a different area. And again, this is like a Kubernetes, Docker, this is a newer area. But in this case, like just you need to focus like what is Docker and again how to build the Docker images and again how to run the containers and again how to create our own new Docker images and again how to deploy. So after that, how to create a cluster and again how to make that container application deploying into the Kubernetes environment and again how to make auto scale and again self load balancing and also like self healing. So all the things like you should focus. That is a prerequisite. That's it. Docker is a prerequisite for Kubernetes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
you can run parallelly on this point. No worries.
yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So one
Basically-
question actually I'm having. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah, so actually, sir, just wanted to know, like, while covering this course for practice purpose, can we do that on our local machine actually? Because in AWS environment, few service or few, features may be chargeable. So just to avoid that, is it possible to, run the Docker and Kubernetes particularly in our local machine itself?
Yes. So basically, if you have a good configuration in your local laptop, you can run in the local machine only. But if sometimes some real-time scenarios, then again we should use the AWS cloud only.
So 8 GB RAM will be fine, or that you need the more configuration for.
Yeah, 8 GB RAM is fine then.